2,600 years ago, in a fertile valley kingdom, in the foothills of the Himalayas, two princes were practicing their archery. The older one, Siddhartha, grew up to become the man known as the Buddha, and the younger one, his cousin, was Devadatta. Devadatta spied a beautiful swan flying overhead. He aimed and he shot it. The swan came tumbling down and writhed in pain, back and forth, trembling all over. The two princes ran to the swan, and Siddhartha got there first. He carefully removed the arrow from the swan and protectively held it away from his younger cousin. "Hand me the swan." "I will not," was the reply. "The swan belongs to me. I want him for my cooking pot." "You shall not hurt him." This wasn't the first time the two princes were at odds with each other. They decided to take their dispute to the king's court. And in fact, they interrupted court proceedings. Devadatta stood tall. He called out, "King Shuddhadana, look here. Siddhartha has what is rightfully mine. I shot the swan. The swan belongs to me." "Is this true, Siddhartha? What do you have to say for yourself?" "Father, to whom does the swan belong? To the one who tries to kill him, or the one who tries to save him?" This brilliant question, asked by a boy about 12 years old, remains incorrectly answered even to this day. But by way of reply, instead of answering by way of reply, the king turned to his wise counselors who gathered up. "For as old as the law, first in time has always meant first in right. If you catch the fish, if you cut down the tree, if you hunt the animal, then it belongs to you." And it seemed that this legal principle would prevail, but then another principle was raised and further discussions ensued. Finally, they were ready to provide their holding. "King Shuddhadana, there is no law higher than nonviolence. Loving and protecting life is the highest law. The swan belongs to Siddhartha." Now, I told this story to a summer camp of girls, and at the end, they cheered and cheered and cheered. Or in other words, this loving and protecting life is not only the Dharma or the law of life, but it also brings joy to life because it brings meaning to life. Now, stating the Dharma in very different terms, we can see that seeing the needs of the whole is the opposite of egotism, and acting in accordance with the needs of the whole and never at the expense of others is the Dharma or the law of life. I believe this is the key to opening the gate to a whole new world based on sustainability, peace, love, and understanding. Thank you.